I think a day for somebody with a disability is really so different. There are some people that have nobody to help them. They might not have everything at their disposal to motivate and move, and so people are stuck, and it's really difficult and challenging, and they might be very limited as to what they could do on a daily basis. Hi, I'm Sabrina Cohen, born and raised in Miami Beach, Florida. On Halloween night, 1992, I jumped into the backseat of a vehicle with my best friend and a few kids from high school. They started racing over 90 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone in Miami Beach, and the other car lost control and crashed. And in an instant, I went flying into the backseat of the car I was in and became a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down.
She was always very active, always running, getting up in the morning to go to school every morning at 6 a.m. She left that day, it was Halloween night. She left at 9:30, and at 10 p.m. I received a call. There's been an accident. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a dream, a nightmare, but it was reality.
And for the next decade, maybe I lived in denial that I would walk again. And so I just kept going forward, and there was a lot of shame and insecurity.
It's actually the beginning of the day and the end of the day, the moments of the day that she requires more help. Because in the morning, let's say it's transfer her from the bed to the chair to take showers. After she takes the shower, go back again to the bed where she gets dressed and everything, and then go to the real chair where she's gonna do everything.
I was lucky enough to get into advocacy at a young age where I could see that something good could come out of this. I had just started my own PR firm when I graduated from ad school after UM. I was freelancing and doing work for local real estate agents and local businesses, and I loved it. But what I quickly found was that there was something deeper that was missing. Like, I needed more passion to my work. And one day I went to an event at Jackson, and there was a motivational speaker who spoke about stem cell research, and it was like a light bulb went on. And I quickly went up to him and spoke and said, what can I do? And within a couple of weeks, I became the director of public relations for this nonprofit, the Genetics Policy Institute, and for the next 3 years traveled all over the country speaking to scientists and patient advocates about the future of medicine. And it was because of that experience that I eventually started the Sabrina Cohen Foundation in 2006, which is dedicated to helping people post-injuries have the best quality of life through adaptive fitness and recreation programs. I started the beach days because on a beautiful sunny day, I was with a colleague at the time. We were on Ocean Drive. I was recovering from a broken foot, and I was just out of my bed for months, and I just wanted to get near the ocean, and so I started rolling my power chair into the sand and got stuck. It was a magical moment. It was an epiphany in that moment where I said we could do better. And so it took 6 guys to carry me out and bring me back onto concrete. And within a week, I went to the city and said, we gotta fix this. And so that's how it started, just because there was a problem and I knew we could find a solution. And then over the course of the next couple years, we did our due diligence. Where could we host the beach days? I raised maybe $150,000 for all the equipment and built a team of the best staff and volunteers and kind of like a little engine. And so the beach day started in 2016. That was probably 3 years after I got stuck, and they've been running since. I understood right away when I got stuck that day, I knew that this wasn't just an easy breezy, let's get people in the water. My program director, Walter Javier, we went to high school together, and one day, again, very organically, we were out supporting another friend of ours who's a musician, and we got to talking. He's like, you know, I'm the chief of the Miami-Dade Fire Department Rescue. I have all the qualifications. I run once a year an adaptive surfing camp for children with autism. And that's how the conversation began. So he had the background both in water safety and already working with kids with special needs. And I was like, I just got stuck in the sand. We're trying to figure this out. And so we spent months putting this idea together. And we came up with our adaptive beach day. We had 6 people in chairs out at the designated beach.
There's not many accessible beaches and mats that are, most of the people, I would say every single beach day, I leave super emotional because a family's in tears because their family member hasn't been able to get in the water since their injury.
It makes me feel like this is what I'm meant to be. When I could help someone and I could give them a moment of peace and tranquility and happiness, it makes me just feel really at peace with myself, and it's given my injury a lot of purpose to know that perhaps this happened to me so I could help other people.
One thing that we always suggest that our participants do is go to Sabrina's Adaptive Beach. It is fantastic. It is world class. There are many places that have attempted to reproduce this endeavor that she does, and they have not succeeded like she has. The beach itself isn't meant to be aquatic therapy in the sense that a licensed healthcare professional can provide aquatic therapy as a billable medical service, but you are floating, and salt water in particular is more buoyant, and because of that, you might feel gravity-free and maybe movement is a little bit easier. And then you have all of the other things that are psychosocial, that involve teamwork, that involve being in nature, and it's been shown through multiple studies, not with the beach in particular, but studies in general, that being in nature with the intent of observing nature does have beneficial health impacts on different measures of mental health and also physical health.
Not only has it had a large impact on the disabled South Florida community, but it's had a large impact on people really from all over the world. And I know like people with disabilities will go anywhere.
Well, the beach day, and well, the Sabrina's beach day has been amazing. It's been enlightening for me, inspirational as well. Also motivating, I will say, because I'm from Trinidad and I've been back since the injury, and this is something that I'm thinking about maybe trying to start off in Trinidad.
I'm also running for Miami Beach City Commissioner to help expand my advocacy work in the city. So my mission for my campaign really is about quality of life. And so if our residents are not happy, they're going to leave, right? And so there's everything from bringing more police presence into our community because the crime levels have gotten a little bit out of hand. We're not used to seeing that. So there's police enforcement, code enforcement, homeless outreach that I think is a priority right now for this city. Sea level rising, we have the best minds in the world telling us it's time now to act, to raise our streets and make sure flooding and anything related to climate change is taken care of today. I'm running on a platform of really uniting people and our community in a world that's very divided right now, and I believe they need a strong, authentic voice and a leader who's done things before. So it's that same skill set of taking challenges and turning into opportunities that I'll bring to my city, which I've been advocating for and doing for the last, 30 years plus. So I think what being commissioner will give me is an even larger platform to hear from our residents and what they want. As I mentioned earlier, we've been working for years on making sure every building, every restaurant, even having a table that's accessible at restaurants is available, from the convention center to sidewalks and construction sites. So I think I have a great feel on what the community needs.
And if you share a problem with her, there's no problem too small that she doesn't actually internalize and feel bad about, and tries to come up with ways to solve them. It's the same theme throughout her life. It's like, let's find ways to solve these problems.
So I will be a sitting commissioner with 5 other commissioners and a mayor. So get to work right away. The foundation will continue to do its work. Real estate will continue to do its work. So I'll just balance another thing in my life. And of course it will be a priority, but I know I can blend it into everything else that I'm doing. And if I don't win, I will just continue doing what I'm doing.
The results led to Sabrina not winning this election. But I gotta tell you, we ran such a beautiful campaign in terms of compassion, kindness. We were very kind to the other candidate. The other candidate returned it in kind. I think it raised the bar for elections on Miami Beach.
Tonight was just a watch party, getting everybody together, and really just a celebration of the entire campaign. And for me, regardless of what the results were, I wanted to thank everybody that had really rallied behind me and supported me for the last 4 months. It was really about the journey, meeting so many people, seeing how many people came out to support me and love me. I felt so much love in this campaign. And I'll still continue to do community work. It doesn't end because I didn't win this seat.
Well, I think that honestly it frees her up to do other projects where we could maybe push her story out to a greater audience, because she certainly deserves it. I think the most important thing we can all do is to stay mentally strong, that no matter what happens, what life throws at us, if we can prove to ourselves we are mentally strong, we can get through anything.
I'll just continue doing.
Sabrina is one of the toughest people that I know, but also one of the most caring people that I know. I gotta be honest with you, she's an inspiration to me and to thousands of other people.
It's really been an amazing process, and I truly am grateful for Sabrina and what she has done.
What she's doing is giving her life a purpose. She is not just the recipient of services, she's the provider of services. So Sabrina's tenacity and consistency is really impressive.
When you look at somebody like that, you question yourself. You look inside yourself and you say, if someone who has those many limitations is able to do so much, then I certainly can do my part. And that's why people say she's an inspiration.
Sabrina gives all that she has. She loves everybody. And she's the best daughter anybody can ever wish for. You have to keep pushing, pushing. Actually, she keeps me going, really. I've learned so much from her. Her strength, her determination, her courage, and it's not easy.
I'm future focused, I love helping people, and I just love being around community and friends and just inspiring people to do the best that they can, because I was lucky enough to have everything that I need to live my life as successful as possible with my disability. So it's just my motto and what I live by, to help others so they could do the same.